Yo, yo. What up? What up? Yo. What up? What up? Hey. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Benny's crib. What up? Yeah, just leave your shoes over there. It's cool. Yeah, thanks. Does that sound cool? Yo, what up? Welcome to Benny's crib. Hey, what up? We live,
Hey.
Portland, Maine. Beautiful Friday night.
Terrible weather.
Terrible weather, but hey, we still killing it. We needed rain, let's be honest.
Truth.
And we're here with a R&B, hip hop, soul, pop, many other genres probably, because genres are always blending in life. Vocalists, repping Maine. Got a track coming out at the end of May with someone we're tied with here at Ryan B, Shane Rise. And we're talking about Sydney. How are you tonight, Sydney?
Hey, I'm so great. Thank you so much for having me. Super
Oh,
excited to be here.
of course, we always try and show love to not only the hip hop side of Portland and Maine, but also the R&B side, the beat side, the electronic side. I'm a huge just music fan in general, so I always got to shout out the singers, and it's good to have you, yo.
Dope. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask the first question I ask everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of more target it towards your genre in a sense and your
Sure.
style. But I gotta ask you the question I ask everybody. What's your first memory of hip hop?
Of hip hop. Oh my gosh. Um, Me and my cousin Lindsay being in her basement and like watching BET all day
Oh yeah.
and memorizing the dances from the music videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good memory. It sounds very wholesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Lots of TLC.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
classic, yo.
Absolutely.
R.I.P. left
Oh my
now.
gosh. Yeah. She's
We
my
got
favorite.
yeah, it's too sad to think about, yo.
I know.
And didn't she burn down a house too? That was her, right? I think so. I got no, I'm
Maybe.
not gonna Google it. I get on so
She
many
was a
rabbit
little
holes.
wild. Yeah.
Who is it? Who doesn't burn down a house or several in their life? Well, let's talk about a genre that's more maybe close to you.
Yeah.
Specifically, R&B is the genre I want to say. What's your first memory of R&B?
Ooh, that's so hard because I have so many. I would say like my first influential moment of R&B is just like realizing that music was in me and listening to the music that my mom was listening to. So like lots of Mary J. Blige, lots of Mariah Carey. Whoa, my cat's coming. Hi, baby.
Hey, I'm gonna be the first animal in Benny's crib that I've seen. I'm trying to
Her
think.
name's Baby Cat and she's very
Ba-
friendly. Oh, okay. Sorry,
Baby
my
cat.
apologies. Yeah.
Nice. What up, baby cat?
She's so cute.
How old is she? I'm gonna guess just from seeing her. I'm gonna say she's in the 3 to 7 range.
5. Yep.
That's right in the
Nice
middle.
work.
Whoa. All right.
Good job. Good
Mary
job.
J. Blige, you were cooking.
Yeah. Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, and I figured out that like I really liked to sing, and I loved to emulate how the people my mom was listening to. I like to emulate them. So I think that was like a big moment for me. I don't know what age I was, 5 maybe.
That's pretty young.
Yeah, super young.
That's when you can honestly like have your earliest memories. Like I think back to my earliest memories. It's end of 3 years old, 4
Yep.
and 5, and like I remember
Mhm.
like maybe one thing from when I was 3. That's cool though.
Yeah.
I want to talk about now maybe where you grew up in a sense.
Sure.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Richmond, Maine.
Oh, so you 207 forever. Always been a Mainer.
Forever. Ever.
Nice. Nice. I
Yeah.
like to hear that.
Richmond is super small. There's like absolutely nothing going on there. Yeah. Graduating class of 30 people.
Damn, I thought I had a
Yeah.
small school. Holy shit. I had
The
75.
small. No, that's at least double mine.
Yeah, at least, yo. Damn.
Yeah.
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Old Orchard Beach.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would be that small.
Yeah, OB's weird because we talk about it a lot on Benny's Crib because it becomes a
Mhm.
big geography podcast or a weather podcast, depending on the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's around 10,000 or so people for most of the
Mhm.
seasons, but summer it can be easily around 50 to 75,000 people, and then
Yeah.
in like the 4th of July weekend, like 100,000 people. It's nuts, yo.
Damn.
Nuts.
Wow.
So
Increased tenfold. Wow,
yeah,
that's incredible.
like because the infrastructure is really laid out tremendously in Old Orchard. It's hotels that line like parallel streets pretty much down near downtown. Then you
Mhm.
have shitty little cottages that are just
Yep.
clusterfucked everywhere throughout town. You'll drive down random neighborhoods and it's just like tourist attractions. You're like, wait, how does
Yeah.
this? This is like somebody's like neighborhood.
Campgrounds. Yeah.
Then exactly campgrounds
Hmm.
and trailer parks. Holy shit! Old Orchard has
Hmm.
like at least half the population, I guess, has to be in those types of situations. If I had to guess. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm from OOB. I can
We're
definitely resonate with the small town
super
vibes.
small. Hmm.
What were you interested in growing up? Did you have like any hobbies as a youngin into like a teenager?
Music.
Nice.
Music, all the music. I stayed so busy. So
Mm,
I had like the most energy and so much ambition. So I really tried to like get my hands in all the things. So like on top of always being a singer, I tried like all the sports that there were.
yeah.
I was a Girl Scout until I was a junior in high school, and I got my silver award, which is like a really high accomplishment. Um, I don't know, all the things. I was doing all the things, any club I could join. Like I just wanted to experiment in everything.
Achieving.
Yeah.
You wanted
Yeah.
a yearbook, like what's it called? Superlatives on
Yep.
but
Yep. Yeah, I got a
activities
few
and
of
clubs
those.
and shit. You wanted that
Yeah.
maxed out.
Yep.
That's cool, yo. Um, I was gonna ask too if music was around in your household growing up, but you already touched upon that. It sounds like your parents were playing it, at least
Mhm.
like as fans. Was anyone a musician in your family?
Yeah, my whole family actually, which is
Whoa.
such a blessing. Yeah. So my mom is a singer. My stepfather is a musician. He plays multiple instruments. My oldest brother mostly plays drums and guitar, but he also
Damn.
dabbles in like piano and he sings sometimes as well. And my little brother plays saxophone and piano.
Damn. So you have like a whole musical like ensemble as a family.
Yeah, it's so
That's
cool.
that is pretty cool. Yo, congrats to that. I respect that.
Thanks.
Let's get
Yeah,
into the singing aspect of your youth, perhaps then.
lay it on me.
When did you really start to dedicate heavy time to singing? You mentioned like 5 years old is when you got inclinations, but it was like
Yeah.
from the jump when you were interested in it, or was it something that was like growing over time? Maybe just break that down.
I mean, I think I'm just like the classic example of a dreamer. Like the minute I knew that I was a singer, that's like my sole focus my whole life.
I
I
like
was
that.
like super I'm not even I was, I am still super passionate about it. And like when I think about myself, who I am as a being, it's music. And I knew that right
Oh, shit.
away. Yeah, I knew it right away. I was writing songs as soon as I knew. I did some like weirdo stuff. I like carved into a tree. One day you'll see my name in lights in fifth grade. Like
That is
I was,
pretty fifth grade energy.
oh
That's
yeah,
heavy fifth grade.
cringe, cringe.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say it, but I'm like trying to have
It's
more of a
okay.
filter, but you said
No,
it, so thank you.
totally fine.
Because I definitely, I mean, we all do cringy shit in fifth grade. Yeah, I mean, I think
Absolutely.
you can't not look back and
Right.
cringe.
We were children. Yeah.
Heavy. I mean, especially you know what I'm
Mhm.
hella thankful for though. How young are you, like, or how
Right.
old are you? What's your age?
Oof. I hate talking about it.
You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it's cool. I'm 26. I
Yeah,
just hate saying it because the music industry is so hard, especially on women trying
yeah.
to make a name for themselves. So I
Hey,
try not
fuck
to
them.
say my age.
Who
Fuck
cares?
it. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
27. I just turned 27, so I feel
Happy
you,
birthday.
yo. Hey, thanks, yo.
Hmm.
Um,
Taurus, Aries.
young Taurus, yeah.
Okay, word.
Yo, my GoPro be doing this a lot. It's gonna happen like 10 times in this podcast, so don't be
That's
alarmed.
okay.
I'm gonna just do a switch up and have to fix it.
I'm
But
patient. It's
I
fine.
like that. Yeah. Before this podcast, I had some technical difficulties, and Sydney was being pretty damn patient. So I
Thanks. What
just
else
want
am
to.
I gonna do?
It's true. I want to shout that out so that people know.
Thank you.
Patience
Much
is a big
appreciated.
virtue. You need that shit in life. Um, you had me going on something here.
Mm,
Music,
cringy little kid
age,
stuff.
cringy shit. Yeah, we don't have to talk about fifth grade. I'm gonna X that one out. I'm still healing from that shit
Oh
subconsciously.
man, I was such a weirdo. I
Heavy,
was a weird little kid. Yeah.
heavy. Well, I think perhaps from an early age you understood. I'm only saying this because I had these
Yeah.
perspectives. You understood the power of creativity and
Yep.
expression, and when you can do that at a really young age, and not only are you growing as a human, physically and cognitively, but you're growing as a creator as well by putting in
Yep.
more time into your passions. You can access, maybe more self-awareness and more, you get to be you in a sense. Maybe,
Yeah.
you get to access parts of you that people don't get to access if they kind of just do what the crowd does, so to speak. That can
Yeah.
also make you a little bit more comfortable in your skin, which can make you do
Yeah.
kind of more weird shit in front of
Yeah.
people to be straight. So my
That is
experience knows that.
exactly what it was. I was like so always unapologetically myself, and it wasn't for everyone, and that's okay. Like you don't have to be for everyone,
It's true.
but
It's not
for little
healthy.
kids, it was a lot.
Facts. Well, I'm getting a picture here. So Sydney, you're into music. All your family's a musician or are musicians.
Yeah.
Um, you out in Richmond, kind of in the sticks, in an area.
Mm,
I'm back,
mhm.
by the way. GoPro's back. In an area that's not as, I don't know, like
Oh
diverse culturally.
man, it's like bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, I feel you. Old Orchard would be the same if we didn't have the beach. If that beach
Yeah.
wasn't there, I'm not really religious, but I don't know what the fuck I would have done in my life. But regardless,
Yeah.
let's talk about maybe when you started to view singing, not necessarily as like a professional thing, but like when you started to
Mhm.
really maybe songwrite and get into really, you know, putting in like heavy time as like a young adult into this shit.
Yeah.
Um, is there a time period you can think back at to when you became like Sydney the singer in your mind, or maybe that always has been like who you are, but is there a time period where you really started to hone in on like I want to take this shit like maybe professionally?
Yeah, absolutely. I think right back to like when I was little, I always wanted to be a singer. You know, those like sheets that they made little kids fill out. It's like, I'm Sydney. My favorite color
Yeah.
is yellow. What do I want to be when I grow up? I was like a famous singer. So it was always that. But I think when I started to like showcase it more to the public outside of my family was probably, I don't know, the end of elementary school into middle school. And
Oh,
yeah. And I was really fortunate to have the same music teacher from sixth grade to the time I graduated.
yep.
And he was just like an absolute genius. And he really took his time with me and helped me with like music theory and expand my range and like how to sing properly. So I was super fortunate for that. And he helped me a lot with that.
Oh hell yeah. That's
Yeah,
really
he's
dope.
dope.
So
Shout out to
then
Mr. Bozeman.
shout out good teachers. That's one thing I'm
Mhm.
huge on. Like if education, I mean, excuse me, if there's one thing that's like I think the most important thing, it's probably legit education at the end of the day. Like how
Absolutely.
you have to like, I don't know, pay respect to all those people who allowed us to be the people we are now by giving us that knowledge early on. Like I think
Oh
of
my
like
God.
English
Crucial.
teachers, oh man, music, even just like music teachers. Like I was thinking about this today. Like I didn't play in band, but there was a music teacher in my middle school.
Mhm.
This motherfucker was like half the mood of the school. Like
Yeah.
everyone loved him. And
Yeah.
if he was excited, the whole school was going wild. And if he was like in a bad mood, you could feel it. Like there's always kind of people like that. And
Yeah.
shout out them
Mhm.
and shout out the ill teachers. Um,
Mhm.
Sweet. So then you're a student kind of in middle school, you're getting some, I mean, good experience, like publicly
Yeah.
singing as an elementary school, middle school, junior high student. That's pretty early in life, to get over
Yeah.
that public speaking, maybe fear
Yeah.
that a lot of people have, especially, early on in their life. Um, you also must have had the internet at this
Mhm.
time. And I'm wondering, were you recording and putting stuff online at all at this time, or were you more
Oh yeah.
a live performer? Yeah, break that down. Like as you kind of were a junior high, high school, how was your creation of music and singing developing?
Sure. So like coming from a small town, I think, any opportunity to like wherever they needed a singer, like if we won states and they needed a national anthem singer, like it was always me. We started doing musicals in eighth grade. So like that was always me. basically any opportunity. And I definitely took advantage of the internet, and I was doing covers all the time on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you definitely have to have sung a couple national anthems if you up in like Richmond,
Oh
because
my God.
there's probably not
So
a lot of
many
singers
times.
out there. Not everyone's raising their hand like, hey, yeah, I want to do it this time. Like everyone's in line, like, let me do it. It's like, nah, most people
Yeah.
don't want to do that shit. That's cool. What were you like
So
on SoundCloud at all, or like YouTube, or what were you uploading on?
YouTube, I didn't even really know of SoundCloud until like college, to be honest.
Yeah,
Didn't know it was
hell
a
yeah.
thing, but definitely YouTube. And since like an early age, I was like 12 when I started using YouTube and posting covers.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Were you exclusively doing covers, or did you have a lot of original content too that you started to build?
I had original content, but I wasn't posting it yet.
Yeah,
I
I feel
was
you.
mainly focusing on covers and like really figuring out like who I wanted to present myself as musically.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like when you come from such a small town and everyone is basically on the same wave and you're not, like you're very expected to fit into this box that you're not meant to fit in.
Hmm.
So I was trying to like navigate that and figure out how to deal with that. So I was like always into R&B, but no one in my town listened to R&B. Everyone's like listening to country and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with like indie pop, and I'll showcase that side of me. But yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to navigate throughout that
I
time.
feel you. Yeah, because that
Hmm.
you know idea of originality can be really tough when
Yeah.
motherfuckers are mad judgmental, especially in high school. Like everyone's projecting their own insecurities at each other in
Yep.
general, as adults, by the way. But when you're
Yeah.
a high school student, game over. You mix that kind of energy with like crazy hormones and just everyone's anxious. It's not
High
easy.
school was mean,
Yeah, I
mean
think I think
AF.
back, like I was lucky. I had a lot of like cool people in my class and a lot of great teachers, but I'm like a straight white dude, like with a bunch of other like good dudes. Like I thought like all my group, like we're never gonna feel like the true like brunt of like, the bullshit that people have to feel. Like we're kind of like
Oh my God.
honestly probably the ones who are picking on people, like looking back. Like I think if I really look back, like I'd be like, damn, like everyone who's like, that guy's a great guy. He's so nice. It's like, I wonder if they really were. Like the motherfuckers
Right.
really aren't that nice, man.
Right.
Like I feel bad
Yeah.
like for like shit I said to people like just as jokes, like
Oh my
even in high
God.
school. Like you don't understand
Yeah,
like the impact your words have. So,
absolutely. I have bad dreams about that stuff still sometimes,
yeah,
like, yeah, you're a kid and you're learning and you're navigating your space and you get fed up, like you said, hormones, and maybe
yeah.
you lash back at someone, but like words have such an
I
impact and they
remember
last
shit.
forever.
I would definitely remember shit. Like I remember
Oh,
moments that people were like inflicting onto me, and just because someone throws the energy at you doesn't mean you have to respond with that
right.
same energy. You can do something else, channel it, but
Hmm.
be nice, yo. If all the youngins watching, be nice. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
be nice. No bullying.
Uh,
Anti-bullying.
that's just whack as fuck.
Yeah,
Let's keep it on the Sydney, the singer train, though. You
for
mentioned
sure.
college. In
Yep.
college, what did you study?
I started out in the nursing program and I was like, I hate this. So, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat.
No worries, yo. I got tons of water. I'm drinking like the XL kombucha.
Good on you.
I like this shit. It's really tasty.
Kombucha? Yeah, my friend just started making some. She's really good at it.
Yeah, homemade shit's good too. I'll get high as fucking like
Mhm.
drink like a half of one of these.
So many probiotics.
I
It's
know my
good. It's
stomach
great
loves
for
it,
your gut.
which is good for your mind, long term.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all connected. Shoot, what were we saying? I totally got off track.
I got into the nursing program.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I got onto the nursing program. Um, I was on a wait list at Simmons. I don't know if you're familiar. It's an all
That's in the
women's
Fenway
college.
district in Boston, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Near
Um,
Emmanuel and kind of like Berkeley and Wheelock and shit.
yeah, in the college town area for sure. Um, and I was on the wait list for the nursing program. So I was trying to get like my prerequisites done at SMCC. And when I was in the nursing program, I was like, no, I just like don't like this at all. And at the time I had a job at Michael Kors when Michael Kors was open in the mall. and I've always really loved fashion. It's always been a huge
Yeah.
part of my creative expression. So I was like, let me just go into business administration so I can run stores like this. So that's what I did. And I got my business degree. I really took my time because I didn't really want to have any debt. So I would work and I would go to school and just do it like part time until I got my
Mm.
degree.
Hell yeah, finessing it.
Yeah.
When'd you get your degree?
When did I get it?
Yeah, what year?
Oh man, when did I get it? 2018. I think it took me 5 years to do it part time.
Oh, that ain't bad, yo. I was picturing like
Yeah.
a six. Like, you ever seen the movie Tommy Boy with Chris Farley?
Yeah.
I was
10
thinking
years.
like a 10, like a pretty long run.
Yeah.
That's good though, Shout out you getting the degree, yo, and sticking it out. It can be tough, yo.
Thanks.
Everyone's
Yeah.
got to go at their own journey, their own pace, and
Mhm.
shout out that, yo. Respect.
Thanks.
In
I had a great
college.
experience.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah. I
go
want
for
to
it.
talk about that. Perfect. It's pretty much read my mind.
Yeah.
Talk about that
I
experience.
it was so cool. I really enjoyed SMCC. I thought it was going to be like a super temporary thing. And I had this like idea in my mind that if I didn't go to like a UNC or, something or like a Simmons or whatever, that I wasn't going to have the actual college experience. But I feel like I had such a wonderful college experience, and my personal growth, like, really really blossomed during that time. And I was also trying to like put my hands in a lot of different pots and do lots of things in college and get different experiences.
Mhm.
And growing up, I had always played soccer. It's a really big sport in our town. We're
No
class
shit.
D,
Yeah.
so we
I'm a
don't have like,
huge Seminole Deutsches, not to interrupt, but like we were class
oh
C and
word.
like we were, I don't know if we played Richmond because we were class C, but
Hmm.
like soccer and Old Orchard Beach, like that was my shit heavy. Like I love soccer. So not to
Yeah,
interrupt,
it's
but
the big thing. Oh no, no, you're fine, you're fine,
real
interject.
football is what
Well,
I actually call it. Not to be
hey, there you go,
offensive to
that's
people
right.
who are like, what about football? It's like, bro, like there's a sport called football
The
that's
actual
throughout the
football.
whole world.
Exactly. Yes,
So we have
precisely.
American football and real
Thank
football.
you.
That's what I
I'm
say.
literally
And that's if you hate, that's what I'm saying because it's true. I'm
no,
sorry.
for real. I'm wearing my, I don't know if you can see it, my
Yeah.
state championship
Oh,
sweatpants right now.
Class D. Nice, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
have any soccer memorabilia up in here, yo.
No,
I
gotta
love
get some.
soccer. I love pickup soccer. Yo,
Mhm.
any people watching this, if you know any good pickup soccer leagues with people like in their mid to late 20s who are taking it like a 7 out of 10 serious level, let me know. Because
I know a few people I can connect you.
that'd be cool. I should just
Got
honestly
you.
like there's so many people out here playing. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Shout out
absolutely.
soccer. I'm trying to get back on topic though. Fuck. Shout out soccer, shout out college,
Yeah.
shout out
Shout out
growth.
college.
Shout
Yeah.
out individual growth. I want to talk about creative growth too.
Totally.
Was that when the songwriting and original content from a publishing standpoint and putting it out on the
Mhm.
internet started to happen more? Or how did your journey as a musician develop in college as well?
So I started using Instagram pretty heavy. I had been using it throughout high school, and I don't know, basically whenever it came to be a thing,
Mhm.
and made its way to small town Maine, I had been using it. But I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to like get more of my voice out there to different people, because learning about hashtags and things like that.
Definitely.
And that's actually how I like got my foot in the door. So I never really knew how to like take the first steps on my own on how to get into a studio. Like, I was totally clueless. I really thought there were no studios in Maine. There's like several. There's
There's a
so many
lot.
available. Yeah, but I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna have to go to New York. I'm gonna have to go to LA. Like, I just couldn't like figure it out. And that's when DeCav reached out to me. And that's how like my whole music career started, essentially. Do you know anything about my history with them?
Not really, no. I mean, I might have seen little bits and pieces on social media,
Yep,
but just for the people at home, for like the history's sake, break down
totally.
your relationship with that.
Absolutely. So DeCav, they're an established like hip hop slash EDM slash pop group, and they've been around for a minute. So like they know their way in and out of the music industry. They actually won a VMA in 2008. And they found me like on a hashtag, and they reached out and they were like, hey, do you want to be on an upcoming album? And I was like, yeah. So they sent me some beats, and I wrote some hooks and I went down and we planned on working on like one song. It ended up turning into like 6 songs and like 4 music videos. And then we ended up
Damn,
doing some shows all over the US together. We ended
that's
up opening,
amazing.
yeah, we opened up for DJ Pauly D in Virginia Beach. So my first show ever,
the,
like,
the Jersey Shore dude, DJ Pauly
yeah,
D. No
yeah, it
that's
was
fucking
wild.
funny.
It was so cool. Like that was my first real show, like as Sydney as a performer, not just like posting
Yeah.
covers.
What was the crowd? Do you
So,
remember how big it was?
3,500 people.
That's pretty fucking good for a first show as an opener, yo.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
damn big.
it was awesome. It was pretty
That's
dope.
good
So they were,
experience. Damn.
oh my gosh, yeah, it was crazy cool, and it set the bar really really high.
True.
um yeah, yeah, it was so dope, and they were just really really great to me, and they showed me the ins and outs, and we still work together to this day. I'm actually working on another project with them right now, and we
Nice.
just got back from Vegas. Probably going to go out again next month and finish up the project.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How then did your recording strict original music keep developing as the years went by? Because I feel like 2019 and 2020 were some really big years for you, and especially that momentum is going into this year too. Speaking of, like singles, videos, live shows, being out here in the main community, as well as it sounds like the national touring a little bit as well. Because I feel like in 2019, like I saw that's when you started to upload a lot of stuff. I don't know if you had previous work that you've been taking off, because I know a lot of people do that too. But just I really started to see you heavily like probably like a good year and a half ago. And then I think you
Yeah.
dropped something called the EP in 2019
Yeah.
as well.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the
So
EP, that was like my first work as an independent artist. And man, like if you want to hear the whole story, this is like my first time telling it like publicly.
cool.
So I'm I'm like not proud of the EP at all. And I think unfortunately it was a terrible move that I made. It was a really, really rushed process. And
Mm,
I was like excited and young. And I had this connection at the time to a pretty big label. And because I thought, we were like social media friends, and he had um how am I trying to say this? DeCap had a connection with him, and we like went to the label and like checked out the label, but he was just like giving us a tour. He wasn't like trying to sign us, you know what I mean? And I got way too excited, and I was like, "Hey, I'm making a bunch of music this year. Like, can I send it to you?" And he was like, "Yeah, get it to me by like this date." And it was like a month from then. So I ended up going to the only studio I knew. And at that point, when I had like the slot available to go down to the studio, I had been sick for like a month and a half. I had
damn.
lost like, yeah, I had lost like 15 pounds because I wasn't able to eat. I had a fever nonstop. My throat was so swollen and white. So like I drove down like half dead, recorded my
Shit.
whole EP in a day, and then
Damn.
drove 7 hours home.
That
I
sounds
had
like
it mixed
hell.
in. It was awful. I had it mixed and mastered in a week. And like, I think I just really put out a project that people got totally the wrong impression of my capabilities and like who I am as an artist, because it's so pitchy and it's so low quality. And like, I really regret it, but it makes for a good story
It's
and
a
a
good
great
story.
learning experience.
Yeah, that's a really well. That's almost like an award show like
Oof.
way you just like I'm trying to now you got it doesn't take a lot, or excuse me, it does take a lot to get me speechless. And the way you just finesse that L really well made me speechless, because I'm like, hey, like if
Oh,
that happens, you gotta just fucking be like, yo, I took
you
a
gotta eat
L.
it.
I'm not proud of it. I mean, honestly, like, all love, no disrespect. What do you think's gonna
Yeah.
happen if you try and rush an EP like in a day? Like it's not right on the spirit to do that, in my opinion. Like the soul is a creative soul as yourself. You gotta like
Mhm.
really enjoy it and be in it. If you try and force something in like a how many hours were you in the studio? Like 13, 14, 15?
I was in there almost like the whole 24 hours. I
Oh,
like took a
okay.
nap in the studio. Yeah. We took like 10 hours off to sleep, like from maybe not even 10. We left there at like 3 in the morning, got back in there at like 9. So like 6 hours.
We'll even say it's like 20 hours you're in there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
still really, really, really short amount of time. Like
So,
unless you
so
have a
hard.
rapport with somebody and you're like a decade into your career and you're like, hey, let's just go kick it and do something for fun. Maybe I could see that working out. But like to be like my first EP, I'm gonna like do this like respect to you handling that very well. Looking
Well,
back at
thank
it.
you. It's a great learning experience. And now I learned so much. Like, I can expect a lot from myself, but I also have to be realistic. Like I can't put out an EP when I'm that sick in that little time. And like
Yeah.
the creative process should never be rushed. I
No.
was rushing those songs, like everything. The whole thing was just done so wrong. But yeah, now I know better. And I think my music has grown so much from then. And yeah, it's
Respect.
cool.
Respect, yo.
Thank you.
That's how you handle L's, yo. Be aware of what you do, learn from it, and just put it behind you. Because let's now
Mhm.
talk about some of the really positive things I think happened.
Yeah.
You stayed dropping singles all 2020,
Hmm.
and then that again that momentum I think rolled over heavy into the early like quarter one of 2020 because that's really all we had for live shows.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about that Sun Tiki show that you had. Now I'm going to try and think.
Yeah.
It's four women vocalists who are killing it right now.
Hmm.
I know Angelica was one, Britt Martin was one. You were one. Was Miss Contagion the last one? Who was
She
it?
wasn't. Hannah Harleen.
Hannah Harley,
Hmm.
another great singer. She's been on the yeah, she was on the podcast recently too.
She
That
was.
I knew there
Yep.
was a third vocalist that you had worked with. That's
Yeah.
dope. Again, four dope
Oh, mad respect for all of them. They're so
vocalists.
talented.
That's so sweet that I was at Sun Tiki too because I like that venue specifically for
I do
resample.
too.
Resample is a great place. I think Sun Tiki should like allow more hip hop R&B. That should be like an underground like club. Like that could be a destination like tucked away on Forest Ave. It's right near Crown Fried
Absolutely.
Chicken. Like great parking. You can actually
Right?
park. There's parking
Yes.
there. Like that's why
Yep.
it's dope. You can actually
Hmm.
find like whether you park on Forest, off of Forest, there's always places to park. That doesn't happen downtown. It doesn't happen anywhere like near Goldport, Commercial, any of that shit, Congress.
Hmm.
So shout out Sun Tiki. Hopefully, when shit
Shout out to
opens back up.
Suntiki. Love Suntiki.
I'm just thinking too. You think when places open back up, more people are gonna be like, "Yo, fuck it, like just whatever works." Because we gotta book nights. We gotta make sure people are in here. So I'm thinking like you can't really be stringent after a pandemic for booking shows, right? You gotta be
I
allowing
think
anything.
there's like wait lists. So like as soon as
That's a
there's
good
okay,
point.
yeah, there's a wait list. So like so many artists, because we're all itching to be
Oh,
like, we need to get in, we need
I
to
didn't know
perform.
that.
They have mad people waiting to
Good
perform.
point, yo. I didn't even
Mhm.
think of that. Like the whole supply and demand of like the economy
Oh
with
yeah,
concerts right now, the demand is
hi.
astronaut highest it's ever been. Like straight up. Like
Hmm.
I know I haven't thrown around any little kids. That sounds weird. I haven't thrown around like any like youngins in a mosh pit in a minute.
Yeah.
And I miss that shit.
Hmm. Oh, so bad,
I
right?
need to do that. Like I need to
Hmm.
sweat. Like I miss being like defeated. Like I like to work out and take care of myself. The best workout is a 2 hour hip hop show, and I'm in the pit the whole time. That's my favorite cardio. Like especially when you get high afterwards and you get like some pizza and you take a
Yep.
shower. That's the
So dope,
best.
right?
That's my favorite,
Hmm.
as the kids say, vibe. Like
And your energy is different for like the next week.
and then if it compounds, like if you hit like a concert
Mhm.
a week, you're
Oof.
literally high on life forever.
Mhm.
I'm still high off concerts I done went to like years ago.
Right.
Man,
Well,
where
I
did
have a
we
dope
get
show
off?
June 3rd. You should come.
Don't tell me. It's is that New Hampshire?
Yep.
And it's the Hot 104 show.
Yep.
We'll promote that towards the end. We'll give you a little spotlight to promote. Sneak preview. Because I forgot. I'm gonna remember where I was going with this. On Tiki show. I'm bleeding. That's weird. Don't worry about it. Sun Tiki show with you and three other dope 207 vocalists.
Yes.
Whoa, you just completed the gauntlet. Angelica, I had first, Britt, I
Yep.
had, Hannah, and then boom, that bill's closed out. Shout out
Wow.
that. I didn't even think about
So
that.
cool.
That's cool. All right, moving on.
That's dope.
I want to talk about that show from your perspective. I feel like that
Yes.
wasn't your first time on stage. You talked about a 3,500 crowd audience,
Yep.
but I feel like being independent is a big part of your process these days, and
Huge.
that venue that night, that really felt like, community and independence and just local R&B and singing and artistry really like at a really high level in a sense. Because like I said, there's a lot of really dope artists in the building. Talk on that night. I just want to hear your thoughts on it and memories.
Oh man, I couldn't agree more. So like when I think of the ideal show, like I would do a million Suntiki shows over another Pauly D experience anytime, any day, because like that night it was filled with like real genuine people. Not only were these women like extremely talented, but they're all great human beings. Like they're not in it for the wrong reasons. We all made such fabulous connections with each other. We like have a group chat. We stay in touch on the daily. It's like it's so cool. And then the energy there was amazing.
Mm.
It was so dope. We were like 3 tickets away from selling out. And honestly, it was my dad and his girlfriend. I'm like still mad about it. I'm like, hey guys, what the fuck? But we would have sold out. Like that's so
pretty
fucking
wild.
cool. That's so fucking cool.
That is
Especially
really cool.
like the the outliers in Portland, you know what I mean? Like I feel like in all reality, not throwing shade at all, but it's very much a boys club. Like
Oh
like
yeah,
the big artists
I feel what
are
you're
all
saying.
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for independent women to come and do this and like put on a dope ass show, it was such cool energy. The crowd was amazing. Like people actually knew the words, people were dancing. Like I'll always remember that show.
That's awesome. Shout out
Yeah.
Santikio.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a part of some really special shows there too. As a fan and kind of behind the scenes, and I might cry if I think about it too much because I miss it too much. So I really can't think about it. I'm like,
No, yeah, I feel
I'm
that.
so grateful. You probably feel the same. Like I
Oh
have
man,
this
yeah.
immense childhood to adult connection with what I'm doing now. I'm like,
Mhm.
holy fuck! Like I'm literally getting to be around like the themes and kind of energy that I wanted to as a kid. Like I'm
Yeah.
behind like doors I never thought I'd be behind. I'm like getting perspectives I never thought I'd be seeing. Like this, even
Yeah.
doing this shit's crazy to me. Like I'm a pretty coveted
So
podcast
cool,
out
right?
here. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm just having fun. I'm literally a 10-year-old still.
Yeah, same.
Cool. But we shouldn't lose that because if we lose that, then
Oh my god, never.
our heart's not in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Agreed.
Suntiki. Suntiki got me emotional. I'm moving on.
Oh yeah, shout out to Suntiki. Big shout out.
And I want to shout out what y'all did because there wasn't many shows in 2020, indoor shows at least, in the Portland area in Portland. I threw one at Flask Lounge at the end of January, which was like the first Rhyme Beat show ever. Sarah Violet played there as Planetary Access with Miles Boland. A Lunar Landing was there representing Monday of the Minds. Shane Rise performed. Ben's Been Dead performed. The GOAT, the homie, Pink Navel with an amazing headline. I just got to shout out all the artists because they're amazing. And that was probably one of the most popping shows all year. And I think you put on one of the most popping shows, or we're a part of it too. And then everything got canceled. So shout out us.
I know. Oh my god.
We got lucky. Stupid lucky. Can you imagine not getting to do that? Can you imagine not having that night? I don't want to think about it. Like we were that close. A couple weeks off from not having shows. Damn. All right.
I don't believe in coincidences. I think we were meant to be in that moment at that time. So thankful for it.
I fuck with it. Well, let's continue the 2020 success in a sense, because you dropped some more singles, some more videos. I think several of each.
Yes.
In your words, though, what's your proudest moments release wise from that year? Maybe not looking at the concert as much, but you dropping as Sydney, the independent artist.
Yeah. I think just like as the year progressed, you could also hear my progression with my music. I think I've just really been investing my time more wisely in how I'm studying music. I'm listening to the greats, and I'm hanging around with people, maybe not in person, but even if it's, via social media or
group chat.
Yeah, whatever way I can do it. People that elevate me and people that can make me better. And I'm like always open to learning. And I think that was really, really showcased in my music. I had a lot of really high notes in 2020, and it was really cool, and it set another bar, and now I'm ready to double that. I'm going to double it the next year. And Rain was a really big moment for me. My single Rain, it did really well.
It had a video as well, right?
Yeah, it came out so many months later. And then there's like the classism, sexism thing going on with YouTube, and and it whatever, but whatever.
What's that? What do you mean?
So I invested a lot of money and time into this particular project for the music video specifically.
Yeah, because I remember seeing, I think some, like, just looking at some research, like there was
Yeah,
like a lot of production value, like, for that video. Like, it looked like a pretty
yeah,
deep project, so to speak.
yeah, yeah. So it was a lot of planning. I got a lot of different people involved. I had like an actual camera crew. I had like an actual really nice camera. I had a director. I had choreography. I rented an actual set. I just like invested a lot of time and energy. Excuse me, time and energy into that particular video,
Mhm.
and I wanted to use it as promotion because I really wanted to showcase all my abilities. Like, hey, look, I directed this, I planned it, I can dance, I can sing. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to showcase all of that. And it just so happens, I'm a woman and I have a woman's body. And like, I was dancing in water and like my body got cold, and you can see my nipples for like 3 seconds through my
Did
shirt.
they take it down because of that? That's
Yeah, and they won't
so
let me promote
whack.
it. And they won't let me promote it.
Wait,
It's
what?
so fucked. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're
If
wearing a
I were
shirt
like,
though, right? Like, you're not
uh,
naked. Like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, it was so dumb, and it got me really, really worked up and upset because if I were a bigger artist with more wealth and influence, it would never be an issue. But it's like
Yeah,
very, very classist and sexist. So that was super disappointing.
that's
But
whack, yo. Is it still on
super whack.
YouTube, or can you not like have it on?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
that's good. I thought I got taken down from YouTube for a second. I was like, that's crazy. But you can't use it on like social media to promote it because did they flag it for nudity or something?
Yep.
That's
Hmm.
so fucking, yo, what the fuck? I mean,
I
don't get me
know.
started on, like, I deleted my Facebook, and I probably, like, I want to delete Instagram, but I literally, like, it's just too ingrained in the
Yeah.
promotion and connectivity of this
It's
culture and
hard.
the collective consciousness that I know I'm not gonna delete that shit. Like, but I like ended up like trimming back a lot of what I've had for accounts and blah blah blah. But I don't trust these motherfuckers. They're weird. I don't trust how much power they have. I don't think you should have a
It's
tinfoil
whack.
hat on and believe every conspiracy you read on like every forum. But
Hmm.
those people have way too much power. They go out of their way to suppress the human body, but
Yep.
allow white supremacists and hate groups to do whatever the fuck they want forever, pretty
Right.
much, until someone gets shot and they have to take it down. Okay, I'm gonna go way too amped up, but I get
No,
mad at I get mad at
exactly.
censorship, and especially censorship involving the human body, especially censorship that is sexist towards women. That's fucking stupid. That makes me mad,
Exactly.
and I bet you feel
Pretty,
it. Preaching to the choir.
pretty fucking wild, right?
Pretty fucking
Yeah.
stupid, yo.
It is what it is. It's gonna make for another great story when I blow up.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Another good way to finesse the bullshit. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know. That one gets me mad. Come on.
It's okay.
Society, not even society, fucking Instagram, eat a dick. All right.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
no, it's okay. But the song did really well.
that's good.
Um,
Video got well
yeah,
received.
yeah, yeah. People loved it.
Nice.
I'm super proud of it.
That's what
So
matters.
that
That's
was,
what we got to
yeah,
focus on.
yeah. It was a huge accomplishment for me. Like I can look back on that and be like, I did that. I did that in a pandemic. Like I made that happen for myself.
It's
So
true.
that's huge. Yeah, I think the coolest part about the song is like it was a relatively affordable beat lease. Like I don't even own the beat exclusively, and it took me like an hour to record the song. Like I was just really flowing, and like
Mm,
I was able to easily finesse my vocals and like not spend a lot of time in the studio.
nice.
So overall, it was like a relatively inexpensive song, and it's my most streamed song from 2020. So that was
Hell
really
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
So mhm.
Well, it sounds like even though last year was tough on us all heavily, you still got to have some bright moments. I felt the same too. Like, I had a really successful year art wise, all things
Good.
considered, but it was just still a tough year. So the balance of things
Yeah.
is always evident right in front of us. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad 2020 is over. I want to now talk about the scene. We talked about it a little bit. We talked about some names. There's a
Mhm.
lot of talented artists out there. There's a lot of talented women vocalists
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I just want,
Mhm.
in your words, what's it like being a part of the scene right now? I think it's very connected, very thriving, and I think there's the most talent that's ever been out here. That's just my opinion. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think there's so much talent in Portland, like people do not realize. Um, I think just it's kind of standard in the world and in the music industry. I do think it's a little cliquey. But regardless, I think at the end of the day, if we're given an opportunity to like help each other out, I hope we would all choose to do that.
Yeah.
I'm super, super thankful to be a part of this community. I mean, so many people have shown me so much kindness and helped me grow. And I just like don't know where I would be if I wasn't in the Portland music scene throughout this part of my career. So I'm super thankful. And I just love everyone, man. Like all these women that I've been working with, and yeah, everyone that I've been working with, this has been super cool. It's been dope.
I can't wait
Yeah.
for like the first show where I'm pumped to see the music, and then I look and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? We all hugging each other. Let's get it. Like,
Yeah.
I miss that shit. Like I remember I went and saw two amazing MCs, Billy Woods, Homeboy Sandman. They're playing somewhere in Portland, and Miles Bowen. You know Miles Bowen, right?
I do. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, Miles was opening, and Sarah was there in support of Miles, I believe.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, what up, Sarah? And she said, hey. And then we were hanging out and got to see Miles' show, like right in front of Miles' set. And then I think she dipped. Shout out Sarah Violet. Always has a good schedule. Always getting home and getting her sleep. Respect.
Yep.
And then two of my homies from Biddeford popped up, who also are immensely talented musicians. Shout out to Ruby Out Forever. And then we got to see Homeboy Sandman and Billy Woods. And I was like, this is why I love living in Portland. Like, this is like a thriving art scene. Like, it's not big.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. It's not fucking like, it's literally like a third of a third of a third of a third of a third. I could do that for probably 10 more minutes of a borough in New York City. But it's really like thriving out here. Like, people don't get it. Like, that's why I do what I do. And like, I rep so much local shit because it is wild. Like, you could literally across mediums of cuisine, physical and more traditional art, video, audio, fashion,
passion.
Very, very true. Oh, very, very true. So much passion. All right.
Yeah.
I'm fixing this. And let's get into the now. It's been a good interview. I'm not sure when I started this. I want to say 9:15 because I said like 9 o'clock, but it was kind of late. I don't really know. We had some technical difficulties. But before we wind down, talk about the new stuff with Shane Rise, talk about what you've been working on, anything you want to tease. Maybe the choreography I saw on your feed. You do a lot of dancing and twerking. You always add in new elements to the routine. That's impressive, you know, like you got hip hop has again, more like you're a vocalist in the R&B kind of like pop soul worlds, but in hip hop it's about graffiti, it's about DJing, it's about MCing, it's about putting my GoPro back on, it's about b-boying and about breakdancing. And so I think always, you know, I've always thought about like it's cool to have other parts of your craft that intertwine. So if you like to sing but you also like to dance, and you can combine it and then have a good visual of that, like in terms of choreography and video.
Oh yeah,
that's the way to do it, yo. Like that's very, very smart. So cool. Before we get into some of that stuff though, let's do a rapid fire segment.
Rapid fire,
if you're down. And before we do the rapid fire, a lot of people feel pressured to be like, I gotta say it really fast. It doesn't really have to be like split second. But it's really like the first thing that comes to your mind. You can give it a little bit to marinate on it, but that's just kind of the prerequisite. I was more just saying that to kill time for the GoPro sake. We'll see what happens. Hey, it worked. All right. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Dream duet that you would be a part of.
JoJo.
I like that. Did someone else say JoJo? I'm not even going to think about it.
Maybe Britt or Hannah.
Just picturing all y'all working with JoJo. Anyway.
Oh my God, what a dream.
Imagine a Sun Tiki reunion lineup with JoJo headlining it. I'm out. All right, I'm leaving. What's your go-to breakfast?
Scrambled eggs with tomatoes, spinach, mushrooms, onions, and cheddar cheese.
That's a good omelet, or that's a good scramble, as I should say.
Yeah, omelet, whatever. Yeah, totally.
Pretty much a scramble is like an omelet that you just kind of beat up a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Less pretty.
Exactly. What's a favorite song of yours? It doesn't have to be like your number one, but what's one that maybe really, really always sticks with you?
One that I've written.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. My favorite song that I've written right now is something that's unreleased.
Ooh, stay
Mhm.
tuned.
Stay tuned. So much music coming.
Maybe an a project, a different EP maybe in the future. We don't have to talk about that now. We could talk about that later. This is a rapid fire.
Okay. Okay.
Um, what's some advice you'd give your younger self?
Don't ever second guess who you are, and don't be afraid to be authentic. You are totally capable of making your own decisions.
That's very self-confident. I like that.
Thanks.
Go to Portland food spot.
Oh man. Boda.
They got pretty wild Thai food, yo.
I love Boda.
What's a goal you still have?
100,000 streams on one song on Spotify.
Almost done. Who's the MC you still want to collab with? Could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a main one either.
Oh my god. Uh uh Toki Monster.
You can only drink one beverage for the rest of your life, excluding water.
Okay.
What beverage?
Iced coffee with oat milk and honey.
That's a good one. I also like oat milk a lot. And I always drink ice, or not always, but I drink iced coffee way more than I should. Like I'll be like meeting up with a homie in the West End. We're like walking around. It's kind of like a 35, 40 degree, like cold February day. I didn't bring gloves because I just put my hands in my pockets. I'm like
Oh
drinking the
no.
iced coffee with the hand. I'm like, what am
No.
I doing? I'm like, I don't. He's like, why are you doing that? I'm like, I need the iced coffee. Like it's
Yeah.
just different,
It
yo.
hits different.
It smacks up. I think it's low key that animalistic survival urge where it's like I'm controlling how much I
Yeah.
get. Because if it's hot, you can't chug it right away. But if it's
Right.
cold, you could be like, I'm instantly going to consume 50% of this. Boom. So you have much more power. But when
Yeah,
you have the
I
hot,
like
it's like,
that.
now I can sip. Now I can sip. It's like you got to respect
Yep.
the coffee more. Then it's like, because you know
Yeah.
those really fat cats that have like automatic feeders. It's like that's how we are with the iced coffee in a sense. A microcosm of that, or chasm of
I
that,
feel
whatever.
that.
What was I
The
gonna
iced
say?
coffee is more like I'm on the go, I'm doing things. My hot coffee is like I'm really taking my time. It's like the morning before I have to work. It's like two totally different settings of coffee.
Very true. I usually only drink hot coffee on the weekends when I'm just goofing around, putting on like real football. Shout out Man City on
Hey.
the TV. Have a coffee, put like a robe or a scarf on a nice Sunday morning. Who's better than you? You know, that's a beautiful thing.
I love robes. I live in them.
Straight up. I have one robe and I enjoy it quite thoroughly. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, good.
What was I gonna say
So happy
too?
for you.
Thanks. What the hell was I saying? You're getting me all distracted talking about robes and friggin' weed
Comfy
and
Sunday morning.
comfy. Oh yeah. I lost the train of thought.
Coffee.
Oh, what I was gonna say about coffee is I'm worried I'm drinking too much because I really want. This is off topic again, but I could drink like 3 large iced coffees a day, easily. They're just drinking it, and then I know how to deal with my anxiety so well that when I get the caffeine anxiety, I almost take it as second nature. I'm like, oh, here we go. Like it's just here's life again. Like I don't really mind. But I'm like, dang, you don't realize like you're doing this to yourself. Like you might have like 500 milligrams of caffeine in you right now. It's a lot for one person. Like you probably don't need that much. So
where do you get your coffee from? I mean, depending on like how much is in like one coffee that you're drinking, on average, it's like what, 80 milligrams of caffeine?
Yeah, it's bad. Like I've definitely done some pretty wild shit. Like I'll make a pretty bold French press, like probably like twice as strong as a normal cup of coffee.
Yes,
I
same.
love
Mad
it.
respect for the French press.
I love it. Oh, the French press. Here's what I do. I'll do the French press.
Superior.
What's that? Oh, you said Superior. I thought you said there was like a brand. I was like, I don't know what that is. Superior. Yes. I make the French press the night before let it cool off
Mhm.
because I'm worrying about the temperature change with the glass and everything because glass can break if
Yep.
it goes from hot to cold, I think. And I put it out on the counter for like an hour or two, cool
Mhm.
off, and then I put the French presses in the fridge. And then in the morning,
Mhm.
ice cubes, French press. It's pretty much like a little cold brew without getting like the steep and all that stuff. Or I guess it's more of an iced coffee, but you know what I'm saying. You get it.
Absolutely.
You're on the iced coffee train. But there's also these 300 milligram cans in this gas station next to where I work, and I'll sometimes get those and put some of that on ice. That's just too much. I'm not gonna front like those kind of. That's just wild. It's like a 6 espressos, and then
Oh yeah.
when
You
I
ever
get
had a Celsius?
are those like seltzer looking energy drinks, but they're
Yep.
caffeinated? Those are good.
Mhm.
That's a
So
trend.
good. Oh my God, I
Clear
love them so
Clear
much.
Wicked is popping off. There's like clear energy
Yeah.
drinks. Seltzers are huge.
Hmm.
This whole water thing's pretty big too. I think that's sticking around.
Yep.
So yeah. All right. We got way off topic, usually on my accord. So shout out
That's
that.
okay.
We are a little bit on topic though, because the final rapid fire question was you can only drink one beverage your whole life,
Yep.
excluding water. Here's where I would differ from you, Sydney, though, because I
Mm,
thought the same thing. I was like, black coffee, 100%. I need that in my life.
mm,
But I'm like, think about the longevity of your existence. There's going to be a point in your life where you're going to miss certain things that you need in terms
mhm.
of beverages. And I think what I really thought of was tea, because tea is ambiguous. Like if I have a sleepy time, no caffeinated tea, a little honey, a little ginger,
Oh man. Hmm.
sprinkle it like cayenne pepper just for my immune system. Come on, I feel great
Hmm.
in there. Or if I wake up and I have like strong black tea on ice
Oh yeah.
with a lemon wedge, that's fucking tremendous.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Coffee, it's not like I don't picture myself drinking decaffeinated coffee before bed, but I do
Mm.
picture myself drinking tea in the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. So I pick tea,
Yep.
I think. I think tea's my choice if I had to have another one. I don't even drink tea that much, to be
That's a
straight,
smart move.
but tea is like a good investment because juice is good and all, but like only time I really drink it is if I'm at brunch, I'll just get ice water instead. Or if I'm sipping little liquor and I could just take a
Mm.
shot or drink it straight or mix it
Yep.
with tea or water.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
uh, just for my sake, I'm getting I just felt like a wave of creativity. I literally felt like a 5 minute tea rant come on. So I'm chopping that.
Oh my
We're
God. No,
gonna
no, it's cool. I actually drink tea all the time. I'm a tea fanatic, so I love it. And
okay.
I want
Well,
to make a recommendation for your coffee
let's do this.
instead of, yeah. Do you have a good window that gets a lot of sunlight?
I got a couple windows.
So make your strong coffee in your French press. Don't add hot water. Add cold water. Let it sit there for like a day and a half in the window with a lot of sun. Because
Whoa.
when you do cold brew, when you don't do the hot water,
Yep.
it doesn't make it so acidic. So it's less bad for your teeth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't even put water in. I just put that motherfucker straight in the fridge and then just put it on ice. But if you let it steep with the water, fuck
Yes.
that. Put it in the sun instead.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
And then you put
honestly,
it in the fridge after you strain it.
oh, got you, got you,
Mhm.
got you. Because I usually put my coffee by the window anyway to cool it off.
Oh, word.
So
Smart.
I might just leave it there for a couple hours and chill, get some errands
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
Get some laundry done. All right, you're getting me too excited. I'm thinking about like a nice Sunday morning, and it's like
Oh my gosh.
what day is it?
It's my
Friday
favorite
night.
thing.
It's 10 o'clock. We gotta keep going, yo.
Okay.
Shout out rants, shout out beverages, shout out little moments in life. They're the best ones.
Mhm.
Talk Sydney on the new. You got a video and a single coming out May 21st, I believe, with Shane Rise. Am I
I do.
correct?
Yeah. Oh my
What's that
God. Yeah.
about?
Oh, it's such a bop. It's such a bop. It's so good. Yeah, I'm like so excited for it. I think it's such a vibe. I don't even know who it was, but I have such a beautiful muse right now for music because I'm in a wonderful, healthy relationship. So, like,
Nice.
a lot of my songs as of lately have been like love influenced.
That's
And
nice.
it's nice, but someone hit
Love
me and
is
they're like,
nice.
hey, so like, are you gonna write songs that aren't about love? And I was like, ooh, yeah, let me do that. So I I took the opposite perspective and I wrote a song like about kind of being messed with in love, like someone's playing games with my head.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to make it like upbeat and danceable. So that's what Thorns is about.
I saw you throw something in Shane's face.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. Yeah, you did. I threw a bouquet of roses at his face.
And
So much comic relief. It's, oh man, the video is like, it's so well done. I'm so happy with it.
there's thorns on roses.
Exactly. So it's like a metaphor for a relationship that's beautiful to look at, but when you try and hold on to it, it's gonna prick you and bleed you out.
Damn.
You're,
Yeah. I think we've all been there before.
mm-hmm.
I thought about
Absolutely.
that today. Or not today, a couple weeks ago. I was like, remember, Ben, beauty isn't skin deep. Or excuse me, beauty. I always fuck that phrase up. Beauty isn't skin deep, sweetheart. It's all on the surface now. Beauty is wait, now I'm double second myself. So shout out to weed. No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Beauty isn't skin deep means to me that skin deep mean it's deep. Yes. Okay. Because skin deep to me, I just psych myself out. I do that all the time when I say phrases because there's so much pressure to say the phrase right. And if you don't say it right, you get that like fifth grade anxiety we were talking about. So I got to elbow that out the way. But I think it was skin deep meaning like surface level. Like beauty isn't just surface level. Like it goes deeper. And a lot of the people in my life and a lot of the things in my life that seem the most attractive, what I lust for the most on the surface, that shit doesn't have enough support underneath to keep it up, bro. It's a facade. It's like
oh
that
my God.
motherfucking Wizard of Oz behind that curtain. It's just some scared little man you could beat up. He ain't nobody.
Yeah, and like how we perceive like physical beauty is all predetermined by society, and it's ever changing. And yeah, it's whack. It's absolutely whack. Like everyone is physically beautiful if you choose to see them that way.
It's perception.
But like,
yeah, for sure.
Inner beauty is so important, important, and should be so valued.
100%. Love your body, obviously. Take care of yourself and love, because it's mind, body, and soul always. Probably other parts of existence. I think the fourth part is collective consciousness, and once we figure that out, then it's game over. That's again a high rant. That's again.
I'm going to make a book recommendation to you if you haven't read it. Have you read the Celestine Prophecy?
No.
I'm going to lend it to you when I finish it.
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's nonfiction, but it's like based on fictional practices.
I'm cool with it. I mean, I think a lot of inspiration of science and stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Reverse that.
Fiction, but with nonfiction elements.
Yeah.
That's cool too. Everything's cool, yo, to be honest, for the most part. All right. I'm definitely high and off topic again. Let's get grounded though, because this next question does focus on that same theme. Obviously, the pandemic has been hard on everybody. No concerts. A lot of our close intimacy with one another has been taken away, and whether that's at a personal level or a group level or like a huge societal level. But I want to talk about more of a positive thing in a sense. During this whole time, what has kept you happy? What has kept you grounded? What's something that's been a positive force in your life consistently? If anything, you don't have to be like nothing really, yo. Like you don't have to fake the funk, by the way.
No, totally. I think I'm trying to like redefine my happiness. Because I've put a lot of pressure on myself, and I've based my whole life around this one idea of me finding my happiness based on my success in my music. And I think success is also like based on perspective, and like your perception is your reality. So if I'm not meeting this goal that I've set for myself, then like I was keeping myself from my own happiness. And I think 2020 was like a big year for that. And like even in this year, I've still been struggling with it. I gotta figure out like how to let myself be happy from things that don't come from music. Because if I'm basing it just off of my success with music, I'm never gonna get there.
True.
I'm never gonna find that happiness because I'm always gonna set higher bars for myself. Yeah, so I guess that's something I've been working on, to be completely transparent.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one, yo. Self-care,
Hmm.
self-development.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's
Hmm.
pretty much it for the most part. I got a couple wrap-up questions.
Yeah.
Easy ones, like what are your
Mhm.
socials? Where can people reach you?
Totally. Mostly Sydney underscore the singer on everything. Sydney is spelled like Australia, Sydney. I have a link to all streaming platforms in my bio. So you can find my music there. Or if you want to search my name, Sydney, and then one of my songs, like Ride for Me or Rain, you can find me that way. Yeah, but please go to that link in my bio. Please pre-save Thorns with me and Shane Rise. It's gonna be
Hell
dope.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How bad were the Finding Nemo jokes growing up when that movie came out? Did you get a lot?
Um, yes and no. I think I got more like the Sid the Sloth thing
What's that?
from
Is that
from
from Ice
Ice Age.
Age? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we're
Yeah.
like almost the same age. And I remember Finding Nemo, Sydney was like heavy when I was like in fourth grade. I might have seen that movie like 100 times, like at
Oh, same.
school or summer camp or whatever, yo.
Mhm.
And I forgot about Sid the Sloth.
Yeah,
Underrated. Ice Age, an underrated flick from back in the day. That's a good one.
absolutely.
That's a good one, yo. Global warming is
Mhm.
fucked. But Ice
Yes.
Age is funny.
Yeah.
Um Last chance. Anything you
Yes.
want to promote? You mentioned Thorns, obviously, that's coming up very soon. Just kind of last platform for you to promote anything before I have my last question.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just say like lock in with me, stay tuned. For the next 3 months, I'm releasing singles. And then after that, I have an EP coming, and then I have a full length album in the fall. And
Hey, nice.
yeah, and it's based on a lot of like those darker moments in 2020. So it's going to be kind of a different sound than you normally hear from me. It's just going to be like a lot of self-reflection and things like that, and really working with those demons. So I think it's something people shouldn't miss out on. Also, my show on June 3rd, opening for Erica Banks. Please come. Everyone should come. It's going to be such a jam. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be dancing the whole time. Bernie's Beach Bar in New Hampshire.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Get your vaccines, yo. Get out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Last question. You ready, Sydney?
Yes, go for it.
Where will Sydney be 1 year from now?
Physically.
Anywhere, yo. Doesn't metaphysically, spiritually,
um
mentally,
Hopefully,
physically.
yeah, hopefully I'll be in a spot where I have been able to tap into more of that happiness that comes from things outside of music. um Socially, musically, I'm gonna be in a place where I've hit that 100,000 stream mark. Hopefully working on the millions next year following. Maybe doing some touring. I'm not gonna speak in maybes. I'm gonna speak in, I'm gonna claim my success now for the future.
Hey,
I'm gonna be doing that touring. I'm gonna be
manifest.
getting millions of streams. Yeah, I've been manifesting the same thing every single day. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tremendous. Well, that's it, yo. That was the interview. Good hearing your story. Look for the new video and song at the end of the month. Always
Yeah.
shout out main hip hop, main R&B, main beats. I know I'm high because I just got a huge craving for like Pizza Hut pizza from back in the day. So I got to go eat
Oh
something healthy.
man.
I got to get
Yeah.
out of here, yo. It's game over. We'll see you next week. Much love, Sydney. Look for that
Thank you
new
so much for
track and
having
video.
me.
Yeah, yo. It was good talking with you. Have a
Super
good
nice
night.
to meet you. You too.
Peace.
Bye.